across the ocean from Miradora, on the continent of Alyalan, was a great elven city deep in the forest of Ethethem called Levethalis, a thriving city full of trade and commerce, where elves and humans lived as one community, though elven-human relationships were still frowned upon. Two lovers, one elf and one human, torn apart by society, die soon after the birth of their son, one from childbirth and the other from a broken heart. Raised by an elven woman and childhood friend of his mother, Calathar had a good childhood, playing with friends and learning the ways of the elves, although never really feeling like he belonged thanks to his half-elven blood. One day, at the age of 65, Calathar witnessed an attack on Levethalis by an orcish type of enemy, calling themselves the Agato. Not understanding why his city was being attacked and destroyed, Khal tries to help protect his people. Glancing to one of the ridges overlooking Levethalis, Khal sees the elven leader, Roland, pull out his bow, slide his finger down the spine, whisper an elven saying, and fire an arrow. As the arrow hits, Roland disappears and reappears right where the arrow lands. After the attack, Roland tells his people to travel across the sea to Miradora and live in the city of Ethelor, a city amongst the great Dewfront Falls, where once a city of man stood but was destroyed and rebuilt by the elves. About 35 years later, Khal begins to train with an elven ranger by the name of Aris Firne, a member of the Council of Ethelor. Some time passes, and the Agato strike again. Khal is able to help fend off the Agato, thanks to his training. During the attack, however, the temple in the middle of the city, where the council meets, is destroyed. Afterwards, Khal and Aris realize that Roland has disappeared, leaving behind his bow. Aris hands the bow to Khal, telling him that Roland wanted Khal to have it. A year later, Aris tells Khal that they are going to travel to the capital city, where she thinks the Agato may have a hiding place. She tells Khal to meet her at the city gates, and goes on ahead. When Khal arrives 2 months later, he finds no sign of Aris except her satchel, in which he finds Aris's journal. Khal continues on with the journey into the city of Shadowmon in search of the Agato. Aris's journal leads Khal to the Golden Leopard, where he hopes to see Aris once again.